a Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, with room for an 18th banner. The second most decorated volleyball program in state history, a school with long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of success and championships. The Lady Rebels now take the court, carrying that legacy proudly. This is Rich Volleyball. And now, here is your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to Manila, Utah. We are joined here with Buckwheat in the studio for a hot minute. We're getting ready for the Lady Rebels to be taking on the Manila Mustangs. First serve is scheduled for about 12 minutes from now. We're going to have a very condensed pregame show. But until then, we'll go ahead and dip into some interviews. We'll talk to Buckwheat for just a second. We'll go ahead and take a quick second here on the Town of Randolph pregame show, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn West and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lem, and Clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we'll set up the scene for tonight's game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Town of Randolph pregame show. We're going to talk about today's scene set today, brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. You're listening to Bear Lake Volleyball. You're listening to Rich High Volleyball on 98.3. I'm joined here in the booth with Buckwheat. Buckwheat, you've made the trip down to Manila. You're here to support your Rich Lady Rebels in volleyball. How the heck are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Not bad whatsoever. I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty excited to be here, and we're getting ready for what should be a really fun volleyball game.
Yes, it will be.
Here we go. Buckwheat, talk to me a little bit more about how you feel the girls have really performed so far at the beginning of the year.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I really didn't know because I was doing football, but when I see games, they're really good at spiking the ball, setting it up high and all that. But today's game, they got to hit hard. So
we are excited. Buckwheat, we're glad to have you in the booth to come on and talk for just a little bit here. The Lady Rebels come back for regular season play for the last time here in Manila. This is the last regular season game. The RPI rankings in volleyball have been taken away from us currently at the moment. But it's a pretty close race. We got Rich, number 2, and ICS, number 1. We're going to be seeing them later on in the state tournament here. The Mustangs have been into a little bit of a slump. Hope to nab a win and make some noise prior to the state tournament coming up. The Mustangs have youth, spunk, and make anything happen, and an upset is not improbable here. Are you expecting a good game today, Buckwheat?
It's going to be a good game because Manila is a dangerous team because they're young, they're fierce, and they're ready to go.
There you go. Buckwheat, couldn't have said it better myself. We have a condensed pregame show today. Before we let you go, Buckwheat, we just got our RPI rankings for football. We're going to be going to North Summit on Friday. How do you feel about that?
I think that was the best option for us because, like, the first quarter with them, we were tied 14-14. Then second half, they got better than us. But this time, we're going to kill them.
Are you excited to have another nab at them?
Yes, I am.
Good stuff, Buckwheat. I'm hoping to see you have some absolute monster game next week. We'll be covering that in North Summit. Again, breaking news as of this morning, Your Rich Rebels in football will be taking on the North Summit Braves on Friday to take them on as the first round of the state tournament. Buckwheat, it's great to have you up here in the booth.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, you have a wonderful time
Yeah, you too.
out. You watch some volleyball. I'll cheer out for you, and you cheer very loud for this Rich Rebel team. How about that?
All right.
Sounds good. That has been our scene set today, brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll come back, set up the scene set again, maybe listen to some coaches. We'll take a quick second here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. That's going to help us out with the scene set as we are really close to tip-off. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Devin Slaw of Manila as part of our Coaches Show, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball. Let's go ahead, dip into it. This is Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Devin Slaw as she talks a little bit about her team and what they've been going on immediately after this break.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach's Corner. We're getting ready for a serve-off between the Rich Rebels and the Manila Mustangs. I'm joined with Coach Devin Slaw. Coach Slaw, it's great to have you back on. How's the weekend and how's everything been going for you?
It's been going good. We had kind of a interesting practice week. We had some of the girls gone on an FFA trip, and we don't have very many to begin with, so we had a couple of practices with just a couple girls, but we had everybody back for the last few days. So,
well, that's perfect. You actually beat me to the punch. One of my questions was going to be, you have such a small roster, but getting ready for the last game against Rich, what has been the biggest focal point in terms of practice for you guys?
We've just been working a lot on our defense and kind of working on our serving, positions and just they're young, so we really don't focus on anything specific depending on the team that we're playing, because we just work on fundamentals all of the time, because like I said, they're just so young that that's just kind of where we are right now, and so that's what we work on pretty much every week.
Perfect. Coach, we're getting excited for Saturday, and, Coach, when you took this position, I assume that you knew that it was going to be quite a rebuilding process, having a lot of young girls getting back into volleyball. What has been the greatest area of improvement that you have seen from your girls so far this season?
Going into this, I've coached every single girl on my team for several years, so I kind of knew exactly where everybody was already just going into it. But I've just been really surprised and happy at just their ability to kind of go up to that next level so quickly. It doesn't really show on our record, but there's been times that they've been able to really go out there and compete against, some of the best teams that we've played at that level. So just kind of their overall game has actually I've seen improvements every single week from every single girl. So
That was Coach Devin Slaw of Manila as part of our condensed pregame show today. She talked about the experience that she hopes to gain. These girls are doing JV and varsity today, as most of these girls, they're all freshmen and sophomores. They're going to be getting better and better. That has been our interview today as part of our coaches show, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Let's take a quick break here, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We are getting slated as the final seconds tick off of our pregame warm-up. We're here on the pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Let's take a look at our Laketown Ledger now, really quick before we get into anything, as this town of Randolph sponsoring our pregame show, and the Laketown Ledger brought to you by the town of Laketown, supporting student success. Good luck today to the Rich Rebels from the Mayor and Town Council, Burdette Weston, Council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora White. Amber Drosbeck as well, the clerk. Last time these Rich Rebels faced the Manila Mustangs, it was earlier in the month, the beginning of October. That was a 3-0 win for the Rebels back in Randolph. Annie Peart, 4 aces in the third set to end a 9-0 run. And your Rich Rebels are 26-0 all time versus the Manila Mustangs. Thank you for joining us here. They're going to add a little bit more time as each of these teams showing up just a little bit late. Your Rich Rebels came in probably about, 20 minutes ago? So we're getting warmed up and getting ready again tonight, this afternoon rather. The Lady Rebels come back for regular season play the last time before the state tournament. We're out here in Manila. It was a beautiful drive, absolutely wonderful, super warm, and the snow-capped Uintas all around us. Something super fantastic, super special setting here as the gym, super pretty. We have tons of fans getting ready to come out here and support these girls. The RPR rankings have been taken from us currently right now, but it's a little bit of an interesting matchup unless Manila were able to force an upset today. I fully expect Rich to take the number 2 seed, probably in 1A behind ICS, and then we will see how kind of the games match up in terms of RPI and the state tournament like that. The Lady Rebels take care of business today, and then they'll comfortably be probably in at least a very high seed, number 2 or number 3. a first-round bye, hopefully, for the state tournament. The Mustangs have not won since the middle of September. They're hoping to break their slump today. The Mustangs, they have youth and spunk, can make anything happen with an upset today. They come into the end of the year with many positives to look at, despite a record that many may seem as a little bit harsh. They have improved greatly throughout the entirety of the year. This team has seen great improvement and been making great progress and strides, especially for an incredibly young team, including a program full of freshmen and sophomores. Your Rich Rebels, on the other hand, tonight, they're just hoping to come out of Manila with a win. They want a high seed, and they want to get ready for the state tournament. I was able to talk with Coach Lamborn as we dip back into the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Able to talk with Coach Lamborn a little bit about what she was expecting in terms of what she wanted to happen today in Manila. And I guess we'll dip in. Here is Coach Lamborn talking about today's game, as I was able to meet with her just recently. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach's Corner. Coach Wendy Lamborn here with me as we're getting ready for state. Coach Lamborn, we got done with the Richfield tournament. Overall, how do you feel like it went?
You know, I don't think we had the outcome that we were actually hoping to have, but there was a lot of good things that happened at the tournament that we can take and move on forward to take to state. So it was a good tournament.
Overall, I guess maybe what were the main takeaways? I mean, we had good things and bad things, Coach. What were the main takeaways for you more specifically?
You know, we got to learn how to finish. We were right there with Kanab. We were right there with North Summit. You know, we're going point for point and had a chance a couple times against North Summit, and we kind of just didn't finish it. And so somehow in these next 2 weeks, we've got to learn how to finish a game.
Do you feel like that is a ability and a skill that a team can learn, or is it something that's just a chance thing that just so happens that you didn't finish close in this Richfield tournament?
Both, actually. You know, something that we definitely need to work on, and we need to become more mentally strong and tough. I think sometimes we get playing conservative and play not to lose instead of playing to win, and we need to play to win.
Coach, I wouldn't say a lighter week because practice is never light, but you have one game against Manila this week. Is there going to be a difference in what the focus on this week, with it being just one game as compared to maybe before when you've had 4, 3 throughout the week?
It's going to be definitely a lighter week for us, which will kind of be a nice thing. I think the girls need a little bit of maybe a break, per se. We've been on long road trips, and it's every 3 days for the last 2 months. So it'll be nice to just have one game this week and to be able to really concentrate on some things that we need to work hard on as a team.
Coach, what is it like to coach at the state tournament as opposed to maybe a different regular season game?
All the nerves are there, and that's sometimes hard because, you know, it's your last and it should be your best. And sometimes your nerves get the best of you, and so that's the thing that scares me the most about state is sometimes we get a little too many nerves going in the wrong direction. So hopefully we can fix that and work on that these next 2 weeks and go to state and play well.
You know, the win-loss category is a telltale sign of kind of what happened at Richfield, but do you feel like the girls responded well to the nerves and the adversity that they faced down in Richfield?
You know, somehow the nerves weren't super high in Richfield. That's just a tournament they can just go and you know, and it's funny, we're a 1A school and we're at a 3A, 4A tournament, and we need to be proud of that. And sometimes we expect to do super, super awesome, and they expect it, I expect it, which that's a good thing. But, you know, sometimes you don't get your outcome, but then you still need to re-look at, you know, we could be playing some way easy teams instead of competing hard, and we chose to go compete hard, and I think that will pay off, and we've got to look at that as a very positive thing.
Coach, what exactly is an improvement that you want to make from now until the state tournament? You have a very small amount of time, but is there a specific thing, the last thing that you want to kind of get up and over the hill before we get there?
Our serving, we need to make sure. But, you know, actually in Richfield, our serving wasn't horrible. Our serving and our passing, but that's pretty much what wins a game. If you can serve and you can pass, you usually can win a game. And we need to concentrate a lot on our passing and our serving, and we're going to work as hard as we can on that this week.
Are we going to be seeing split time between Miss Hatch and Miss McKee, or are we going to be having a primary setter?
You know, Taylor's doing really well right now, and as long as we can keep her healthy, she's she'll probably be the setter. Kaylee's always there, though. She's got the greatest attitude. She's such a great kid, and she's always ready, no matter what. I can always count on Kaylee, and I love that I can do that. So who knows, really?
Coach, I think that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. That was a wonderful interview with Coach Lamborn that I had. You can definitely tell by the way that she spoke in that interview that she is hungry, she's excited, and she wants improvement. It's definitely not a moment where, the state tournament's around the corner, there's nothing that we can do. There's always things that you can do, and today is a good opportunity for the Rich Rebels to kind of go ahead and get something going for themselves as they are getting ready, huddled up on the right side of the court right now in their little, huddle, getting pumped and ready to go. Coach Lamborn, of course, coming into her third season. She has a fantastic winning percentage. She's around 70% right now as she's taking over for legendary Coach Cindy Stewart. Coach from 1985 to 2018. Coach Stewart is second all-time in state history in state championships with 15. And first all-time with wins ever in Utah State history. That is 712 wins. Great shoes to fill as we look forward to such an amazing matchup between these two teams. They're going to go ahead, serve across the net. We'll take a quick break here on 98.3 The Wildlife, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're now getting ready here for the starting lineups. What a wonderful time to be here on a Saturday. Our Rich High Rebels here. We're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups here. Prior to that, we're going to go ahead and have a presentation of the colors.
I pledge allegiance.
Quick presentation of the colors. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the starting lineup. Here we go. Darlene Peterson starting today.
Number 5, Dixie Huffaker.
Following Dixie Huffaker. Great front line.
12, Ambria Lutz.
Ambria Lutz also today will be starting. There she
number
goes.
15, Taylor McKee.
Taylor McKee, number 15.
Number 20, Annie Peart.
Annie Peart also will be starting today. Annie, superstar. Miss Lamborn will also be out for our starting lineups today. That is the starting lineups brought to you by Lutz Construction. Callie Bear, number 10.
Number 3, Reagan Browning.
Reagan Browning of Manila.
Number 2, Sadie Davis.
Sadie Davis, the freshman, also will be starting.
Number 15, Cameron Slaw.
Cameron Slaw as
Number
well.
8, Kate Bambro.
Kate Bambro.
And number 13, Abby Schofield.
Abby Schofield also out here, as they will be the starting lineups for Manila. An incredibly young team, has much improved since the beginning of the season, and hopefully we will see these girls improve for the years to come, as that has been the Lutz Construction, Excavation, and Landscape starting lineup, premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8678. We're incredibly excited, getting ready as the teams will come across the line now to exchange pleasantries. While they do that, let's dip into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. We're going to go ahead and zoom in now on our fans out in the stands that have come out to support your Rich Rebels. Your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away. Let's go ahead, call 435-946-8888. As right even on our Bear Lake Realty fan cam, you will see Gary McKee, who makes this segment possible. Thank you so very much. And we'll dip into our live coverage now as you're listening to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ in Evanston. Here we go. Our first set is going to be brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County residents for generations. Let's go ahead as the beginning serve. Also brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty. Teams are out onto the floor. Your Rich Rebels wearing their blue tops and white numerals. On the other side, Manila with a fantastic color scheme of red, black with white numerals on their tops. Incredibly exciting for a Saturday. Let's go ahead and get stoked and excited to start this thing off. As you're joining us here, I'm Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. Here we go. Manila will serve. Slaw sends it on over to Annie Peart on the back left corner in the middle. McKee outside and to the left for Lamborn. It's going to get sent back to the Rich side. Great block. Now this time in the middle, Lamborn will put it over the top of the net. It will dance on the tape and fall down onto the Rich side. Darlene Peterson tries to dig that one up, but nonetheless, it will go for a Manila point. Manila strikes first here in this first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Slaw up and over again, right at the back corner, off of the forearms of Annie Peart, off of a kind of an awkward ceiling. There we go. Huffaker sends it over to the back right corner. Here comes Manila on the left. It will be too far outside and to the left. That's Sadie Davis, the freshman. Just a little bit off the mark, and now we are tied 1-1. Here we go. McKee on her opening serve is going to have a service error. She'll put that one into the net and send that one right back over to Manila as they will serve. Here we go. Joining us, here comes Manila service back to Brittany Lamborn on the back left corner. McKee will set up in the middle for Huffaker. She'll put that right on the back left. It'll be kept alive and cleared over by Cameron Slaw. Great work by Manila. McKee outside to the left for Lamborn. Just mistimed it and slapped it a little bit awkward. Lamborn rose up on the left, and she's going to put that one into the net. It's going to be a 3-1 lead currently for the Manila Mustangs. Back to serve, Callie Bear. Bear in the middle sends it right over to Lamborn on the back left corner. McKee will reel that one in and send it over to the left for Darlene Peterson. Your Rich Rebels off just a little bit as Darlene puts that one also into the net on the attempted attack. We have a couple unforced errors currently for Rich. Bear sends that one up and over to Annie Peart on the back line this time. McKee will find Darlene. Darlene this time is going to go ahead and put that out the back line. That was pretty close from my perspective. And yes, they're going to go ahead and give the points. That is a Bear Lake Realty kill for Darlene Peterson. Brittany Lamborn puts that service into the net. Uncharacteristic as your Rich Rebels, a little bit off as they've had quite a few unforced errors. Here comes Manila. They send that one over to the 10-foot line. McKee in the middle, a back set for Peterson. There we go. Peterson puts that one down smack dab in the middle of the defense of Manila. Great work by Peterson. Here we go, back to serve. Mackenzie Smith with a brand new hairdo. There goes an over return by Manila, and it's going to be dunked on by Ellie Argyle right in the middle of the court and sent right behind. Great work. We got a 5-4 reading here. Service up and over. Here's Manila in the middle, slapped over by Davis. Davis to McKee on the 10-foot line. Here we go. Return by Slaw. She almost hits the back right corner, but it misses barely. And now we are tied 5-5. Smith, service, sends that one over. Kind of awkward off of the forearms of Bear, but they get that one over on the third touch. McKee in the middle for Peart. Peart too far out and to the right. Manila takes the lead again, 6-5. Something that you've come to think that Annie Peart is almost automatic. That time she just goes a little bit too far to the right. Service to Smith on the back line. McKee will back set there. Peterson, a little bit awkward as McKee says, my bad, that was in a bad position. Peterson puts that one into the net, and a couple unforced errors again. Manila up 7-5. Here comes Davis. Davis, too strong on service, will go out the back line and hit the east side of the gym. Now a 1-point deficit. Your Rich Rebels down, and here comes Hatch in. Hatch, incredibly accurate and efficient serving. She sends that one up and over, and here comes the return and attack by Slaw. It will go off the top of the tape, and it will be 4 touches on Manila on the left side. Here we go, tie ball game here in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Hatch sends it over again. She goes to the back line and tries to, it'll be an interesting 3 touches. It was really low, and here comes an attack from Argyle on the left. It'll go off of the forearms on the left side of the court by Schofield. And out the back line, that will be Argyle's first Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Here we go, Annie Peart sends that one back over to Hatch. Hatch a little bit on of a run, 3-0. Here we go, off of Schofield. No, that's Bear again, and then cleared over by Davis. Davis to Hatch at the 10-foot line. McKee in the middle, nobody there, and Annie Peart runs up, puts a laser beam across the top of the tape. It will go high up into the rafters and fall immediately down after ricocheting off of the top of the slanted roof. That's another Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. 9-7. Hatch with a Crawford Trough ace. Great work by Hatch, as that's something that she's talked to me about, that she's incredibly proud of, and something that she really adds to the team. That is her serving. Here we go, 10-7, and back-to-back aces by Hatch. And that will cause a T7 Propane in Woodruff timeout, and we'll go ahead, take a quick second here as we take a breather on 98.3. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Another ace by Hatch, as she has 3 in a row, and finally a return there by Manila. We're up 12-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard, and that is a monster kill by Ellie Argyle out on the left side. She rises up and puts it down, and just kind of puts a missile right down the left side line. Here comes a 13-7 lead. Rich finally getting its foot underneath it. Hatch sends it on over there to Davis, then to Schofield. An attack by Slaw right to Lamborn on the back line. Dug up well. McKee will go into the middle for Annie Peart. Peart puts it off of Davis, a diving Davis, as she flies out to the left side. It will go off of her fist and out of bounds. That's another Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. Here comes an amazing 8-0 run currently put together by Kaylee Hatch. That's sent on over on a clearance by Bear. McKee in the middle for Annie Peart, and that sends back over to the Rich side. We'll go to Ellie Argyle on the left. Argyle, that time, will go out to the back line just a little too hard, and that will put an end to the run. That was an amazing run, I believe 7 or 8 points. Here comes an attack and service by Bambro. Bambro and then McKee backsetting Annie Peart in the middle. Will go a little touch pass off the front of the front line. Slapped over by Slaw and dunked back. That's an Epic Recreation block by Annie Peart. Right in the middle as she timed the attack by Slaw well and puts it right back down. Ellie Argyle now sends it on over to Davis on the back right corner. Kept alive, and then here comes a slap over, but that slap will go into the net by Browning. She was located on the right side of the court, as now we are at 16-8. Argyle sends it back over, this time to Davis on the back right corner. Kept alive. Here comes clearance there, but it will go out and to the left. That was an attempted clearance by Schofield. Tries to bump it up over her head backwards, but it will just go too far out to the left. Here we go, 17-8. Argyle back to Davis. It will go back close to the back line and kept alive, this time by Slaw. Lamborn keeps it alive on the left, and that's going to be a side dump. A little bit of a slap and a dunk there by McKee. Great work by McKee to know her placement on the court and the defense across from her. It's going to be 18-8. Argyle right back to Davis. They're picking on her as here comes a slap over from Bambro. It's going to hit the line. No, going to be called out of bounds. Out of bounds as it went cross court, and it's going to go into the Rebel bench. Really close, 19-8. Here comes another big run by Rich. Dug up there by Bambro and then slapped over by Browning. McKee in the middle. They'll set up Annie Peart right in the middle of the logo. It will go off of the hands. That thing's coming at her at 100 miles an hour. That's off of the hands of Slaw. No, rather Bear, and way out of bounds. 20-8. Here we go. Argyle right on the back line. Here comes an over return. No, really close. Hatch keeps that one alive, and here comes the third touch and clearance by Annie Peart. Right behind the initial front row, and then an attempted dig by Slaw will go underneath the net. We all know that, it's a lot harder to get it over the net. Can't go underneath the net. 21-8 for Rich. Dug up by Browning. Slaw. Second touch slapped over by Davis. Here we go. Lamborn on the left side to McKee. Back to Lamborn. Rises above, slaps it over. Dug well by Manila. There he goes. Clearance. Argyle and McKee, a little bit of a miscommunication because McKee came in. It needs to be a little bit of, hey, I'm coming this way, as McKee and Argyle kind of run into each other on the back right corner, and that will go to Manila for points. Browning, right in front of Argyle. That is an ace for Browning. Right atop, and just goes probably a couple inches behind the 10-foot line. Browning goes underneath the net for a service error. 22-10. We're getting close to the end of the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. We'll now see senior Annie Peart jump serve way over to Davis on the right corner. Kept alive. Here's Slaw on the left side. Slaw off of the forearms of Argyle. Kept alive. Great work by Peart, and then clearance by McKee at the 10-foot line. Set up by Schofield. It's a dump set, kept alive by Rich, and then to the left, Lamborn will go across the tape. Here we go. Davis slaps it across. It will be too far for her. A little bit awkward, out of bounds, and close to the Rich Rebel bench. 23-10, you're reading currently. Jump serve, Annie Peart. That took a dive right past the 10-foot line, but kept alive. Here's Davis with a slap over. Out of bounds. Here we go, set point coming up for your Rich Rebels. Annie Peart back to serve. Sends it on over, and that will do it. That is a Crawford Trough ace. It will go and take a dive right past the 10-foot line, bounce off of a defender in the back left, and go out of bounds as that thing was too fast, too strong. 25-10 will be set one. Your Rich Rebels really helped out there by 3 back-to-back aces by Hatch. Let's take a quick break here as I'm Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're getting ready to start the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallenstein family wish the Rebels good luck. To recap the first set, what was initially a great start by Manila, and we're going to be tied, actually, almost 7-7. Then Rich will come back alive, and by the help of Ellie Argyle and Kaylee Hatch, they will take that first set 25-10. Here we go. Opening serve brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty. In Garden City, McKee sends that one up and over. It's going to go off of the forearms. She tried to do a good squat. That's Bambro. But it will go off of the fist right near the floor and come near to the booth out of bounds. That's a Crawford Trough ace for McKee. This time again, McKee, who had a service error on her first set, now able to get it over twice. And Slaw, with the setup on the left side, will put it right into the net. That's going to be a 2-0 lead currently in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. That's another Crawford Trough ace. Here we go. Splits the defense right in between Bambro and Browning. Here we go. Right back to McKee, 3-0 lead as she has really found her mark. I hope not to jinx her. There we go. Up and over the tape. Back over the Rich side. Peart at the 10-foot line. McKee will set up Huffaker in the middle. Huffaker. There we go. Something we've come to see from Huffaker quite often. She's in the middle, and she will put that right down. She has such a great height to her. That's another Bear Lake Realty kill for Huffaker. 4-0. McKee to the back line. Kept alive, and here comes clearance there by Bambro. Bambro, McKee, and then to Lamborn outside to the left. Set up for Slaw. No. That is a block. After a setup from Bambro to Bear, Bear attempts to put that one up and over right in the middle of the tape, and it will be blocked by Huffaker. That's an Epic Recreation block. McKee too far. Out of bounds and out the back line. That will put a stop to the run. That was a 5-0 run, and now Manila will get the ball. Slaw, who has great talent here for Manila. She is really good at serving, and I personally take responsibility. I jinxed her. And she puts that one into the net. 6-1, and Brittany Lamborn back. Up and over, takes the dive right at the 10-foot line and a battle near the tape. McKee gets it and sets up for Huffaker, and Huffaker slams that down a la Shaquille O'Neal like. My goodness, Huffaker puts that and just puts an absolute monster Bear Lake Realty kill right on the front line. Here we go, 7-1. Lamborn off of the forearms, kind of awkward. And then clearance by Slaw on the third touch. Here's Peart to McKee. And then outside to Darlene Peterson. It will dance off of the tape, and if it works, it works. She wanted to go kind of deeper into the defense, but instead it will kind of ricochet, bounce off the top of the tape, and go far to the west side, the south side of the gym, and find its mark. Here is a Crawford Trough ace by Brittany Lamborn, as it looked kind of just like a curveball coming across the top of the tape. Here is a 9-1 lead currently for your Rich Rebels. Lamborn finally, I guess, can't be perfect, as that one will go into the net, and now Manila will get another shot. 9-2. Callie Bear up and over to Lamborn near the 10-foot line. McKee back setting there for Huff. No, that's Ambria Lutz. That's dug up well by Browning. Clearance there by Bear. Lutz this time will set up Huffaker in the middle. Dug up pretty easily by Manila. Here comes an attack off of the fingertips, but kept alive by Lamborn in the middle. Dump set by McKee. Back and forth. McKee back with the ball for Darlene Peterson out to the left. Off of the block and down onto the Manila side. It will shoot off to the left. Shooting down the length of the tape away from us. 10-2. Cassidy Grohl into the net. If it was just a little bit higher, I bet it could have bounced off and fallen down near the 10-foot line, but instead now, ball will go back to Manila, 10-3. Schofield sends it up and over to Darlene Peterson, to McKee. Peart shaves the top of the tape, and that will change its momentum and course. It will slow down, and it will cause a little bit of a stutter from the back line of Manila and down. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill. Lutz sends that one over. Battle at the tape, dug up by Grohl. McKee for Darlene Peterson out to the left, bouncing off the top of the tape. Great dig, and sent back over to the Rich side. McKee in the middle. They're going to go back to Darlene Peterson. Peterson gets dug up by Bear on the back line, and then she slaps it on over to Grohl. Grohl to McKee in the middle. There comes a third clearance by Lamborn, way to the back right corner, but kept alive. Set up to the left for Davis. Davis sends it cross court, dug up by Lamborn. McKee to the left for Darlene. There we go. Pay dirt as it goes down off of the forearms and immediately hitting the hardwood off of Callie Bear. 12-3. Ambria Lutz. Wow, what an amazing play. Bounced off of the tape 3 times and then sent back over to the Rich side. Back set for Peart. Peart will clean up the play as she rises on the right side, puts it cross court over near the Mustang logo located right here out to the left. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill, and now 13-3. Slob will get the setup and attack on the left side. Lamborn digs it up, and then McKee sends it out to Peterson. Peterson is now getting a groove as she sends it down the left side line and hits the back left corner on an attack from Rich. 14-3. Quite a bit of domination currently from Rich here, as Ambria Lutz is really good at hitting the top of the tape. Here comes Slaw with an attack. Out of bounds, too far, to the right. That thing, Slaw had the right idea, sent it across the court, and it was so close to hitting the back right corner, but instead just a couple inches out of bounds. Lutz, here we go. She's been on a little bit of a roll, sends it over. Schofield will send it over to Slaw on the back right corner. Dug up by Grohl at the 10-foot line. Hatch now in the game for setter. Sets up Peterson outside to the left. Here we go. Third touch clearance, and Slaw not able to send that one up and over as the ball was kind of in the air, and it hung for a little bit of a while, and then that ball will go underneath the net. 16-3. Schofield to Davis on the left side. No, check that. That was Browning. And here comes a slap over from Peterson. Peterson sends it over to Slaw, and Slaw probably could have let that one go out of bounds. And, Coach Slaw now will take a T7 propane in Woodruff timeout as your Rich Rebels up 17-3. Probably a good breather in dire need for Manila, as your Rich Rebels been getting the bounces, really. Like they've they've had quite a few that has danced on top of the tape and fallen down, and leads to some serious points. They're up 14 points currently in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Let's just take a quick break here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Rich Rebel fans, we welcome you back to the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, as Manila, after the timeout, puts together an amazing offensive sequence, and then a slap over from Davis will go near to the right side of the court and down. Great work by Manila. We're going to welcome you back to live coverage, as here comes service from Manila and then a back set from Peart, and she just kind of lays that one up and over with her left hand, a la a left-handed layup if it were basketball. And now we are at a 4-18 run, and now we see Darlene Peterson, who will jump set from the block up and over right at Bear. And then a clearance there by Slaw on the left side. Hatch will set up, Peart in the middle. Way up and shaves the top of the rafters, and then a clearance there, too far from that was too far from Bambro. 19-4. Darlene, L-shaped approach on her service, and here's Slaw slapping it over on the left side. Grohl digs it up here on the right, and then Hatch too far into the judge as that hits the antenna after a attempted attack from Lamborn here on the near side. Here we go, in 5-19. Manila now has the ball, and that is a service by Bambro. Hatch, back set for Peart. Peart into the net. 6-19, and you have to wonder, is it just two wonderful setters here for Rich, but they have different styles. Does that mess up the approach when you attack? Annie Peart able to get the set out from Hatch, and that was way high up in the air and just kind of slaps that one over cross court. It will hit the 10-foot line here on the near side, on the Manila side of the court. We're now at 20-6. Annie Peart jumping serve from the back right corner will send it right into the middle of the back line. Here's a setup for Davis outside to the left. Slaps it over, Peart digs, and then Hatch will send it to Lamborn outside to the left. Hits the top of the roof, and then a defender for Manila able to get underneath it, but that ball will go into the net. 21-6. Peart right on over to Browning, and then a third touch and slap over from Slaw. Violet Taylor takes that one well and sends it over to Hatch, and then Huffaker in the middle. Back over to Manila. Here comes a setup for Slaw outside to the left. She likes that spot. That's a great Town of Woodruff dig by Annie Peart. And it was an over return, and then an attack there at the net by Bear, able to really capitalize off of the miscommunication and the misplacement of the Rich Rebels. Here we go, 7-21. Service there by Browning will go into the net. Now 22-7. Kaylee Hatch up and over. One-handed dig, and then Slaw on the left side will slap it over. It will be an Epic Recreation block by Ambria Lutz and Huffaker. Puts it right back into the middle of the hardwood. Here's Hatch, very proficient serving off of the forearms of Browning, and then a third touch clearance by Bear. Violet Taylor on the back line. Hatch really high in the air for Huffaker. That's going to get sent back and blocked. Great block by Manila, as Callie Bear not afraid to take on Huffaker whatsoever, and she stands tall and puts that back onto the Rich side. 8-23. Slaw. Lamborn off of her forearms, kept alive. Great work and clearance by Annie Peart near the 10-foot line. Set up by Schofield over to Bambro, out of bounds, too far to the left. Into the Rich bench, that ball will go, and now we have a set point coming up. Violet Taylor comes out. Darlene Peterson will come in, and we have a stellar front line with Lutz, Huffaker, and Peterson. Service by Lamborn. Now Slaw needs to get it up and over on the third touch. Really close, and it was perfectly placed. It hung up in the air, and we all held our breath as Slaw on the third touch barely gets it up and over the tape, and it will go down onto the Rich side. Manila able to be kept alive with that clearance. Here comes service from Callie Bear, the freshman. Bear to Darlene Peterson, really close to the tape, and a battle. Hatch just a little too close, and that reception by Darlene put her in a compromised position, and it will be put down by the front line of Manila onto the Rich side, 10-24. Here we go. Callie Bear back over to Darlene, this time not close to the tape. Hatch will set back for Ambria Lutz. That will be 4 touches into the tape it goes. And now Manila on a little bit of a run of themselves, 11-24. Callie Bear leading with 3 points here in this little set. And that will be a Crawford Trough ace. Great work by Manila. Sends it across as she set up right smack dab in the middle of the back line. Sends it to Darlene Peterson, too high off of her forearms and out of bounds. Here's Bear again, and this time it will go out of bounds, too far to the left. She kind of really hit the side of that, and it was a little bit awkward. That's the second set. Your Rich Rebels taking that one 25-11. Set 2, 25-12. Apologies, 25-12 in set 2. We'll go ahead and update our scoreboard, as this is the Station on Main scoreboard, keeping us up to date as to what is happening. Clearance, great work as Manila able to put together a 3-0 run at the very end, but it was just too big of a deficit, really, and a service error made it a little bit more complicated. Rich leads currently 2-0 in the set department. We're going to get ready for our third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Good time to thank our boosters and sponsors. That is Comprehensive Family Dental. That is Atlas Home Care and Hospice, as well as Walmart out of Evanston. Let's go ahead, take a quick breather here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Rich Rebel fans, we welcome you back into the booth. We are located in Manila at Manila High School, as your Rich Rebels up currently 2-0 over the Manila Mustangs. In that last set, a 3-0 run, not enough for the Manila Mustangs to take over and kind of come back, as it was too big of a deficit created by the Rich High Rebels. This is Cody Olson here in the booth covering this game, your voice of the Rich High Rebels. Special thanks to Colton Bagley back in the studio. Without him, none of this would be possible. He gets us on the air, as well as special thanks to my wonderful wife, Melissa, for doing camera work. Slaw on the opening serve, brought to you by Pam Cornea, is going to put that one into the net, and Rich Rebels are going to go up 1-0. Service by McKee, really close to the tape, and a battle dug up by Annie Pearta, the 10-foot line. McKee out to Lamborn, way high up in the air, and then bodies bouncing off of each other. Back over to the Rich side. Let's reset and set up for Lamborn. Cross court dug up by Slaw in the back right corner. Davis this time to the left. McKee keeps that one alive and then clears it over on a bump at the 10-foot line. Set up for Davis again, this time way far out of bounds, but keeps it alive. Here comes Huffaker in the middle. Great work by Manila to keep all of these attacks alive. Ellie Argyle on the back line, and then McKee in the middle. Nobody really there, but they get it up and over the net. Great work. Huffaker tries to put her hand up to block and attack. Manila outside to Davis. Again, dug up by McKee. Lutz to Lamborn. At the 10-foot line, Slaw on the second touch and then cleared over by Davis. Lamborn back to McKee and then in the middle for Argyle. That's from the 12-foot point, and that will go too far to the right. Hard fought and great rally by Manila. I have to say so myself. That was back and forth at least 7 times. Now here comes the service by Callie Bear. Callie puts it right at Annie Peart in the middle of the back line, and then a setup for Ambria Lutz. Kept alive. Great work by Manila. 3 really quick touches and then back over to Rich. Slap over by Huffaker. Off of the forearms near the back left corner and then clearance back into the middle. Out of bounds, too far for Bambro. Bambro had the right idea, and if she was able to put that one just a few inches closer in bounds, that would have been great placement, but instead too far, and now we're at a 2-1 lead. Lamborn, diving dig by Slaw, and then an attack by Bambro, sent back by Huffaker and Ambria Lutz. She's absolutely stoked. Let's go ahead, take a quick gander right back at that replay. That one's sent up and over by Slaw, and then a setup outside to the left by Bambro will be sent right back by Huffaker and Ambria Lutz. Great work by those two on the front line. Here come back into live play. Huffaker tries to rise up above, and this time she's going to put it up into the net. We're now a 3-2 lead for your Rich Rebels, but the ball will go back to Manila. Abby Schofield, the sophomore. What an amazing dig by Annie Peart, and she probably got the wind knocked out of her. That ball came up and over, and Annie probably dived 5 feet, pancake dig, and it barely got back over onto the Manila side. Manila not able to rally, and that was impressive. What a wonderful dig in the set 3. And then here comes service and clearance by Manila. Great work to keep that one up alive, and then McKee back set there for Lutz. Lutz hits the back left corner. Great work. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill, and 5-2. Set 3 will probably be highlighted as the play of the game. That dig by Annie Peart. Here we go as Mackenzie Smith, new hair, getting ready for a state tournament. Here comes setup in the middle for Bambro. It's going to be put right back to her as Annie Peart, Ellie Argyle, and Ambria Lutz were all there to meet her. Not getting over to the top of the tape. Here's Smith into the net. Low trajectory, good velocity, but nonetheless, it'll get slingshotted right back onto the Rich side. That is a 6-3 lead. Here comes Davis, who will put it into the net on her side, trading service errors. 7-3, Ambria Lutz, who I had an opportunity to talk to as an interview this week, sends it on over, and here comes Rich with an attack outside to the left. Argyle up and above over the front line, and then causes 2 Manila Mustangs to dive near the 10-foot line here on the left. Too late, though, as we are up 8-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That's a great service. It will go off of the forearms of Callie Bear, and it will go downwards near the front line of Manila, but 2 touches and then points for Rich. Here they come again, and that's sent over. Great placement. Puts it right in front of Mackenzie Smith. She wasn't quite expecting it, and now 8-4. 9-4, as I did not count that last great serve by Lutz. Here we go, service, over return. Over return by the Rich Rebels. Sends it over to Manila, but McKee able to make her presence known and keeps that onto the Manila side. 10-4. Service by Ellie Argyle. This is a very fast game. Lamborn to McKee to Peart in the middle. Peart rises and puts it back onto the Manila side, and then up and over the tape. Dug up by McKee and clearance by Smith near the 10-foot line. And just an attempt to, just someone puts their hand up. Callie Bear puts her hand up to try and, get some air underneath it, but instead it will kind of go off of her hands and then out for points for Rich. That was an interesting sequence. 11-4. There we go. Right down the right sideline. Here comes a service by Ellie Argyle, who gets sent right back. McKee out to Lambourne. Lambourne puts it down onto the Manila side, and that will go right near the back line, but not able to be kept alive. Here's Ellie Argyle again to Davis. Davis into the banners, high up in the rafters, too far out of bounds. 13-4. Ellie Argyle gets through her sequence, sends it on over to Bambro, and then battle at the tape. Here's Grohl over to Peart. Slaps that one over in clearance, and then here comes Slaw with a bump really high and kept alive by Rich. Could have gone out of bounds. In the middle, Peart puts it right at Davis. Great dig. Way back there after the second touch by Browning. Browning was attempting to put it back into play near the tape on her side of the court, but instead it kind of just hits off a little too far to the right of her forearm and then back out the back line. 14-4. Browning in the middle of the slaw, slaps that one over, and then Argyle digs on the back line. McKee to the left for Lambourne. 4 touches as it was tipped at the line and then went straight up in the air and down, and then Slaw tried to come in, dig that one up, but puts it into the net, and then Argyle again back line to Bambro. Bambro does a squat and then gets underneath it, but no one near the front of the tape for Manila to keep that one up and alive. 16-4. Argyle to Davis on the right line, and that will be a Crawford Trough ace for Argyle. And a quick timeout by Manila. That's a T7 Propane in Woodruff timeout. Let's go ahead and take a breather here. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We welcome you back into the booth in Manila at Manila High School. We are in the gym. Your Rich Rebels are currently up 17-4 over the Manila Mustangs in the third set. Getting close to the end of the game here. If they can put it away, Argyle sends that one up and over, and that will be an ace off of the forearms of Bambro. It will go off of her forearms, hit the western wall of the gym. Here we go. She'll do it again as the Rich Rebels on a little bit of a run. I believe probably 8 points. And then Davis back to Bambro and slaps it over too far to the left into the Rebel bench. That will go 19-4. This is the kind of play you want to see from the Rich Rebels, especially 1 week away from the official start of the state tournament. McKee's going to come out and Hatch will come in. A changing of the guard. The setters, Davis, high off of her forearms and then cleared over by Manila, really close to the tape, and Hatch has to just put that one up and over. Hatch to Peart in the middle, and that will go right off the top of the tape and also touched by Browning here on the right side, and it will go out of bounds into the stands. 20-4. This is a huge run for Rich. I believe we're in the double digits. Argyle sends that one up and over, and then Peart. 2 over returns by Manila, and they're both slapped over and capitalized by Peart. One is able to be dug up. The second one, not so much. 21-4. Argyle into the net, and that will stop the run for your Rich Rebels. That was a huge run, probably about 10 points or so here in the third set. Brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. We're now at 5 for Manila. Browning sends that one on up and over. Hatch back set for Peart in the middle. She gets underneath it and slaps it over to the back line. Schofield to Bear. Violet Taylor digs up on the back line, and then Lamborn tries to get it up and over the antenna, barely skims it across. Here we go, an attack in the middle by Bear, and that will find pay dirt right in between Mackenzie Smith and Cassidy Grohl, right at the 10-foot line. 6-21. Browning, high arcing serve off of Smith, Peart, and then on the left side, Lamborn will clear on the third touch. Schofield in the middle for Bambro at the 15-point mark, and then we'll go high off of the forearms of Hatch and then cleared over on the third touch by Grohl. In the middle, here comes an attack by Manila. High up, and Hatch is able to get up underneath it and send it over back to Manila. This time Slaw at the 10-foot line. Dug up by Violet Taylor on the back line. Left side, Lamborn way over, back over to the Rich side, Hatch. This time we'll go in the middle for Annie Peart, and wow, missile from the hands of Annie Peart right into the back right corner. Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie. She is now comfortably in the double digits. She's sitting at probably 11 here. That is a serve and then a clearance there by Manila. Violet Taylor in the middle to Hatch, and then Lamborn outside to the left. Bambro to Davis, and then cleared over by Slaw. Dump set by Hatch, and then a dig high up in the air will be sent back over to Rich. Hatch in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker dug up by Bambro right back in the middle of the back line, and then 2 touches. Too many called on Manila, and there we go, 23-6. Jumping serve from Annie Peart. High up in the air, and then a clearance. No, too short. That's an attempt by Davis and Slaw together, and here comes match point for Annie Peart. Annie over the top of the tape, taken well by Manila. In the middle, here comes a slap over from Browning. That's going to be dunked on, but sent back over to Rich. Great heads-up play. And then here we go, a dump set by Hatch, and then clearance by Schofield. Hatch in the middle, and then outside to the left for Lamborn. High up into the ceiling. Second touch by Slaw at the 10-foot line. Browning sends that one up and over. Hatch this time close to the tape to Huffaker. Great dig by Slaw outside to the left, and then Davis sends it over on the back right corner to Peart. Hatch this time to Lamborn outside to the left. There we go. That's going to be a out of bounds touch. Really battle at the tape, touched by Manila. And that will be the end. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill. That will capitalize by Lamborn. 25-6 will be your reading here on the third set. Great work by your Rich Rebels to really take care of business. They're now getting ready for the state tournament. We will see what RPI has to say about them in the coming days and who they will play. We expect to see a first round bye. We'll get ready now for the post-game show. Post-game show brought to you by our friends by Mound Valley Cattle Company. We'll hear from them as part of our post-game show, and then we'll go ahead and end it here in Manila. Stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll catch up on some diagnostics, some stats, what this means for the Rich Rebels going into the state tournament, as well as our precision play of the game and player of the game. That's all coming up next on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We're now going to go ahead. We'll do the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. First off, to recap the entirety of the game, that is Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where fresh and fast meat every day, delivering gourmet sandwiches every time. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street. The first set will be taken by the Rich Rebels 25-10. Quite a few unforced errors and a little bit of an uncharacteristic play by the Rich Rebels will have them tied with Manila, or in fact, they're probably behind 6-7 against Manila at the beginning of the first set. And then with the help of 3 back-to-back Crawford Trough aces by Kaylee Hatch, we'll then get on a little bit of a roll and put together quite a string of events that help Rich take the first set 25-10. In the second set, that is going to be a 3-0 run at the very end. An attempted comeback by Manila. They were just too far down in terms of points, just too big of a deficit. They made it very interesting towards the end, but nonetheless 25-12. The second set, now your Rich Rebels up 2-0 in the third set. One of the most amazing digs I have ever seen from Annie Peart, as she's able to dive almost from the free throw point on the basketball court way up to the 10-foot line, pancake dig, and that thing bounces off of the top of her wrist and goes barely over the top of the tape, and that will end up being a Bear Lake Realty kill for her. Just a great placement. Highlighted by that, your Rich Rebels take care of business, really 25-6. That is your final score, a 3-0 sweep by your Rich Rebels. That has been our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap as part of our postgame show, brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. Let's go ahead, cover some of the highlights today, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. Kaylee Hatch with 5 aces on the day. Great work from her. She's able to take care of business. Annie Peart really putting in the work and making sure that your Rich Rebels are going into the postseason highly ranked in the RPI. There are only 2 region losses and really only 2 1A losses coming off the hands of ICS. That is going to be one of the best volleyball matches you will ever see. And I kid you not, if I could run out to Vegas or Wendover, I would say that it's definitely going to be one of the volleyball matches of the year in the postseason in the state tournament, if not the best state championship game that you will see. Let's go ahead, and then Manila able to put together some really good points in the second set, but Dixie Huffaker just putting in some serious work on the front line. She's able to put together a string of epic recreation blocks on the day. 3 from Huffaker, and they were just monster blocks, and really put herself in the running for MVP, really, and player of the game today. Then in the third set, Annie Peart with an amazing highlight pancake dig, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Super cool. That has been our post-game highlights, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth. Up next on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, we're going to bring you the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Final score tonight, 3-0 for your Rich Rebels. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as coverage on mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Let's take a look at our precision play of the game brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. I think the precision play of the game will have to go to that amazing pancake dig by Annie Peart there in the third set. What an amazing play and something that you don't see quite often. I'm not sure if that was one of the best, probably up there with probably one of the best things that I've seen as part of this volleyball coverage. We don't have video of it, but let's go ahead and look at this block by Huffaker. Here we go, a setup there, and then Bambro out into the left is going to put right back near the 10-foot line. Huge intimidation from the front line of your Rich Rebels. This is part of our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, and that has been our precision play of the game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Rich Rebel fans, we welcome you back to the final moments of our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Our player of the game today will go to superstar senior Annie Peart. Really, she did what she's been doing all season, and that is being an anchor for this team and being huge in the offensive production. Currently, right now, she leads in kills, and 33% of every kill that you will see from the Rich Rebels is going to be coming off of the hands of Annie Peart, as she will get the player of the game today. Great work from her. We've already been over our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Stick with me the rest of the week. We know for sure that your Rich Rebels in the football program, as of this morning, thanks to our RPI rankings, have been matched up in the first round of the playoffs against the North Summit Braves. So far as we know, that kickoff time is labeled for 6 p.m. in Coville. Go ahead and we will keep you up to date either on mylocalradio.com, or we will keep you up to date on the airwaves on 98.3 as part of our coaches show coming up next week as we get ready to see where the Rebels will fall in terms of RPI rankings for volleyball. Until then, this has been a sports production and broadcast of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this broadcast or production can be used without express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. This has been Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. Stick with me until next week, and until then, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com.